decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison.
Yes, the supply run.
Caretaker credits a...
It's the same thing we had last time.
Ah, right.
Let's see. And sadly, we still have the same group as last time. I remember Anzare. But we did go ahead, and even though, disclaimer, full disclosure, we did not back this on Kickstarter because I didn't even know it was a thing until far too late. We did try a mod, I believe, to try out the Musketeer.
Yeah.
So if she shows up, that'll be great.
Yeah, I just went to the Nexus. I Googled first for Darkest Dungeon Musketeer, and I got a mod from Nexus that it doesn't have her. Like there are two of them that I found, and one of them has like the moveset modded, like she's an actual custom class and everything. So we didn't go with that one. This is just the Musketeer as a reskinned arbalest.
Huh. That's actually not too bad.
I'll get him a point or two out of his stress healing.
I think I'll go with this one for the Plague Doctor.
There's nothing wrong with that.
When it gets his deeds and things.
The benefit of doing a short one is that we'll have an extra chance to try to roll for the Musketeer.
Right.
I mean, everybody got afflicted.
Everybody.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I remember it was bad last time.
What did happen last time?
Among other things, I believe that was. Actually, I think that was when we tried to go for the Shambler and we just got completely mauled because of that run of horrendously bad luck.
Ah, right. Everybody's crazy.
It was bad. It was really, really bad. Okay. Let's see. We've got Spruce. I think we've got enough for a full team here.
Maybe check their quirks and stuff and see if anybody is good in the Cove.
He's good in the Warren.
Take his wield. He is a forest ranger. A forest developer.
Unfortunately, he's too low level to actually make use of that.
Yeah, the existence of the heavy boots really makes you think...
Warrens.
Everyone wants to go to the Warrens. But the existence...
But none of these people are good in the Warrens. So.
The existence of the heavy boots really seems to kind of make Barristan's head a pretty terrible item. It's like you get 3 extra % of protection.
Oh, yeah, we need to get rid of
that. Which will almost never, matter at all.
Oh.
Yeah. With this creature. Sure you want to take a Houndmaster to the Cove? Everything resists bleed there.
Well, we were kind of running low on options. Though I guess I can take her instead.
Yeah, might as well when you've already got a religious team.
If Manuel wasn't crazy, I'd take him.
Right, but...
Unfortunately, that's not a luxury we have at the moment.
There was a discussion on Reddit, which I was pretty amused by, and it was, what's the thing you always say before you get a group wiped? And one of them was, hey, I'll take care of my stress in the dungeon.
Yep. I can totally see that. Okay, she can do all of these from second rank.
Yeah.
So. Including pick to the face. But the most important thing is that we've got stress to heal. Oh, that explains it. That's right, he got nervous after this, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see.
But he wants to do a dark run and hopefully not get crazy again.
Let's see, is there anything specific?
You can pull up you can like... that's completely harmless.
Okay, so he will never drink, but everything else is fine.
We'll probably want to take them to the higher tier stress reduction anyway.
Yeah.
But also be a good time to cash in.
Oh gosh, he needs that too.
But also be a good time to cash in those busts and see about upgrading either the cost or the stress relief on this one.
Let's see, we didn't have... No.
Or we could just straight up fire somebody and get a new one.
I was thinking if we had another occultist, I'd do that with Manuel. Because having a combination of one of these quirks plus the runs plus all that stress. But we have went ahead and locked that in, which is pretty good.
Right.
So we'll just have to take care of him for 2 turns.
Also, Egomania is probably the least harmful of those quirks.
You think so?
Yeah, because basically what it does is it makes you poke reflective curios, but almost all of those are in rooms where there's never trigger.
I guess let's put him here.
I think that the person you're most likely thinking about firing if we get lucky on the NPC roll, will be the one you'd want to spend the least money on.
Well, I'm saying I'm not going to be firing any of them.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. Excellagione. Will you please step up? Then I think the Jester in the Gambling Hall works. Then I can put Mike.
I mean, you're braver than me. I don't think I'll ever put anybody in the Gambling Hall after losing a trinket that one time. I don't care how low the odds are. It's just.
I think we'll be fine. Okay. Should we get? I think we probably should. Well, no, because we can always get him fixed with snuff or worms or leeches rather.
Yeah, not in this mission because.
Oh gosh, we've got sicknesses everywhere. Good golly.
Well, Lord, we're keeping rabies. We're keeping rabies on Lorax, but.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like I walk through here, and we're practically our own quarantine board.
Well, that's the problem. Everybody's in quarantine, so everybody's getting each other sick.
Right. Well, let's see. He's got leeches, so I can go ahead and do that.
Or to send Hunkalon.
Well, not on this mission, but I can always move him somewhere else because we need to get rid of that.
Right.
So that means he's going to be spending 2 turns in the sanitarium. Well, might as well get started with it, I guess.
Yeah, I would definitely get rid of the dodge penalty first.
Right.
Like you said, we can always take him out and get the disease cured.
Let's see, should we? None of those are any really good. Okay.
Yeah, depending on how high you can raise the death blow resistance, the extra 10% might be possible, but yeah. Man, are we?
Then snuff fix her disease too, so that's not going to be a problem.
Ennui is pretty harmless.
Yeah. Vertigo isn't too bad.
Vertigo on a character that can move themselves. Now, rabies on a.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll get rid of that for her.
He's actually got a couple worth. Well, evasive is worth locking in. But we're not locking anything on her right now.
Right. And that would be kind of nice if she had anything that relied on damage. But the only thing she really does is a nervous stab.
Her blight attack does do some initial damage.
A very small amount.
It would only be adding 1 point to it.
I think actually I'd want to probably get rid of blood. If I could afford weak grip, I'd get rid of that because that doesn't really work for clutch hitter.
Right.
I'd want to lock that in.
It's interesting she didn't come with nervous stab unlocked. I thought everybody defaulted to having. I thought everybody had their default move locked in.
Well, I think I'm just going to not worry about that then.
Yeah, we don't have the money.
Right. Whew. This was bad. But we did manage to get a fair bit done. Actually, we can afford to have some. So I think I will go ahead and treat her rabies.
Okay.
Hey, Sprawl, I gave the thing up at the front.
Well, Sprawl wasn't there for the start.
That's why I was saying. Yeah. It's like I gave it up at front. For full disclosure, we did not back the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we are dirty, stinking modders,
But that's part of being the PC Master Race. We get to do stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, just imagine Sway or anybody wanting to get this on PS4. If they pull something like that for that, you'd just be completely out of luck.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. And what moves does he even have?
Quick reflexes on a Plague Doctor is pretty great.
Right. Stun, heal.
Stun, heal, and poison. That's about what you need.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting emboldening vapors for damage, but having stun is probably worth more.
Who is this imposter doctor? Well, now that Dr. Sprawl has gotten her PhD and
Bet she doesn't even use leeches. She does actually.
Yeah. But yeah, now that Dr. Sprawl has graduated and is too high level for those of us slumming it in the little leagues, we need another plague doctor.
I think I will go ahead and just try emboldening vapors and see how it goes.
Now, did you get rid of the front row?
Yeah.
Bomb? Okay, in that case, she can't do anything to somebody directly up front.
I was thinking if it's someone up front, then she would just boost the damage of the leper.
Okay.
Because then he can absolutely maul them.
Fair enough.
That and disorienting blast work. Oh, it doesn't work against number one. That's all right. It'll be fun. Let's see. On that note, I'm thinking maybe Dr. Sprawl did get her doctorate in murderology.
Hey, Keen.
Where's this? Here we are.
That's a stun charm. Keep in mind, stun is her primary one. It's blight that's weaker. So she probably won't need any help on stun.
Okay, in that case, do we have a blight thingy? We have that.
Well, and given that this is a level 1, this is an apprentice run, I don't think she'll need any help getting above 100%.
Fair enough. And in that case, let's take less stress damage to even that out.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'd agree with that.
Virtue chance, that's not helpful. Let's see, there's...
Yeah, if you're going in an area where you assume you will get stressed out, then it's worth it to try to mitigate that. But
I'm thinking this one for her.
Minor and inventive leech usage.
Because she doesn't have a lot of dodge, and some extra speed would be good, too.
Problem is that what is a Vestal going to do by going first?
Well, she can stun, too.
Then you probably want to give her the stun trinket instead.
True.
That's the thing. That's the problem with a Vestal, really, is if you want to... Something has to give. Right. If you pump her healing...
Well, in that case, what should we do?
Well, I was kind of explaining to everybody who is not familiar with it. If you pump her healing and her stun, you lose out on damage and accuracy. You have to pick two of the two things to focus on with your trinkets. So if you're going...
Well, I've already chosen one for healing.
Yeah, in that case, I would just go with the Sun Ring for the attack and damage, and just focus on judgment and not rely on stun.
That's plus 30% stress damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see, she had... that was amazing.
And you don't have anything else that raises healing, though, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Scroll down a little bit. See if we have the Chirurgeon's charm. It was like the common trinket. No, okay. In that case, I guess how about the Eldritch ring for doing damage?
On her?
Okay, in that case, this is the stun charm. It's to just increase her chances of stun and not rely on damage.
That's this one?
Mm-hmm.
She is going to be hit by absolutely everything, but hopefully that'll be okay.
It was going to anyway.
Let's see.
You know.
I was thinking that one... Unfortunately, the range skills isn't as good at this point, but...
It'll apply to everything except except pick to the face.
Let's see, she's not blighting anything. What dungeon are we doing? We are doing...
It's a short cove mission.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's pretty decent for plague doctors.
Well, we will need it at this point, but it's also probably the easiest one to do. So.
There's that too.
Yeah, the Blasphemous Vial includes a plus 15 on ranged, so we'd never actually be using that sensor.
Let's see, I'm thinking...
Plus, we also already have everything else that's available for an apprentice trinket.
Actually, I think I'll go ahead and do this one for her.
That would also work. You could also use the Berserk mask on her, because...
Berserk mask?
Yeah, top right on that screen.
That's a charm.
Charm. Because the -5 accuracy is offset with a plus 10 to range that she gets with that. Plus a speed bonus. Now, it is a lot of stress damage, but she'll be doing a lot of damage.
I guess because it's lower level, that's fine, and I'll go for it. But,
I'm just giving recommendations.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, I'm just saying that not only is that only accuracy for ranged skills, but, yeah, once I start sitting at the plus 20 or so stress, that starts actually stressing me out.
Well, you'll want to use the Thrown Dagger instead of Pick to the Face unless they're in rank 1, because they do the same damage, and the dagger has a higher crit chance.
She doesn't have the Thrown Dagger.
You might want to get it on her then.
She has Flashing Daggers and Pick to the Face.
In that case, you probably don't need the In that
I'm
case,
doing that for the plus 10 dodge.
all right.
That's the thing, you know, avoiding her getting killed is pretty neat. Especially since she's the only one that can buff up if she gets marked or something.
Yeah, Sprawl was saying, oh yeah, you were mentioning during the anime stream how Darkest Dungeon was a tad easier in the past. Yeah, I don't know if it was easier or not. There are parts of it that were and parts of it that weren't. I mean, there was the assembly line or the conveyor belt carnage thing. But yeah, there's also, and Sprawl was saying, only half as many enemies in the Cove bleed now. Yeah, it seems like the enemies were tougher back then.
But she does have
There's
a
a thrown dagger, yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that. Then you were saying don't use pick in the face then?
Well, I mean, that's her only way of hitting enemies in the front, or the exact front. I'm just saying, except for that, use thrown dagger instead, because it's the same move, but higher crit chance.
So I'm guessing these four, and then not use poison daggers, since I think a fair bit resists that here in the...
Blight is actually the one you want to use in the Cove, but in your apprentice level, you won't need to worry about protection as much. Now, the second time through, when you've got crab battle to worry about,
right,
then I would definitely consider it.
I guess I'm going to keep that because there's a fair few that can actually cause bleed down here. At least the crab, I know.
And Fathan was saying that the Grave Robber is one of the most naturally accurate heroes.
There is that.
Yeah, all of her moves tend to have a higher base accuracy than the others.
You chop.
Exactly, Flython. Okay. No, I would consider it for the Grave Robber normally anyway, and then also the fact that Ben wants to use that range, the Lucky Talisman. They synergize so well.
Okay.
What trinkets did you put on the leper? Okay, sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah, full damage and accuracy.
Good choice. Man, Leper should be destroying stuff with that 40% bonus on Eldritch.
I'm hoping so. See, it's short, so 12 should be fine.
Mm-hmm. I'd always go 4 shovels in the Cove.
Okay.
Because that works on obstacles and on clams.
And then...
crabs are only level 3. Yeah, I remembered that. And the only thing that bleeds are the jellyfish and cultists on level 1. Right.
Then I'll keep...
Yeah,
I think that should be enough. 8 torches.
I would go with 12 because you're using the sun rings.
Fair enough.
So you need to be above.
Calling it nothing but human enemies. Very possible.
Yeah, I remember after I said...
I think that should be fine.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Do we need bandages for anything?
Like Sprawl was saying, the only things they're going to do that are going to...
Well, I meant for trinkets and things.
No.
Okay.
No, so we have a
yes, yeah, since we have Dr. Dr. Zeus.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for it.
All right. I guess you could have sprung a little more on supplies because we're getting them half off, but
there wouldn't be any need to, I don't think. Fish folks.
Really, come to think of it, that would have been a good time to do a long dungeon if there are any good ones. But that's kind of an unfortunate thing.
All right.
Yeah, one of these streams I mentioned that you could take the Eldritch Ring and coral, awesome. You could take the Eldritch Ring in the Cove because it works on everything, and then humans.
Impressive.
So move the bleed, the reason the base fishmen hit so hard, Flython asked, to the 4-pack is scary. I believe so, yeah, and I would say they're probably more dangerous now because they do so much damage. Now, the one saving grace is they don't seem to be very accurate. You know, I got done with the champion Siren run when I went to go find the Musketeer, and I got a 4-pack after my camp bonuses had run out, and luckily we're able to, they missed probably about a third of their swings. They did about the same damage, huh?
There we are. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the boost.
Yeah, seriously. Very nice. Sprawl says, no, they did about the same, and they did bleed back then. Wow, okay.
Gorsh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm with Flython. Glad we're late to that party, though.
Right.
Seeing the Plague Doctor there.
Oh.
Well, that ruins that. What does Jill have that made her do that? Compulsive. We didn't remove that. Okay.
Well, that would have been a great time to have it removed. But
Right.
Oh well.
Welp.
Guess we might as well move this way.
But yeah, seeing the Plague Doctor there reminds me, have any of you tried using the Bloody Herb trinket for the bleed and critical and everything? Because I tried it out on a Plague Doctor on my run, and she does, it really helps out in like the Warrens when things resist blight, and it's not really worth the effort to give her a Blasphemous Vial and the and like something that increases it. But it still seemed to be kind of underwhelming. Plus, it doesn't go up to, I think, the full, I think 3 or 4 points, whatever it is, whatever the highest is, points of bleed until you max it out.
Another one.
Sprawl was saying there was the meta going on at the time, that the Plague Doc and Cultists were bad classes. And the Cove was right up going, oh really? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too.
Lorax, Jill is a master of unlocking Coral? Well, actually, it didn't backfire, so I guess she was a master.
Okay, I'm liking what this team can do.
Seize this momentum. Push on.
That's pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever actually used Emboldening Vapors. It's
Well, yeah, when you get basically a quarter again damage, that's pretty nice.
yeah, the lepers are doing almost double damage with that going.
Might as well.
Right. Yeah, no enemy encounter there. Well, they did a good job, Flython says. It's 2 of his favorite classes, yeah. I guess, yeah, that's right. Neither the leper or Vestal probably would have been good at
Yeah, I wouldn't
disarming.
think so. A map. Well, that was helpful.
Didn't even reveal the room. I always love how local maps have the traps laid out.
Right.
But then again, I guess they're probably... Like in the Warrens, I could see the pigs actually leaving instructions for the dumber.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not actually sure if they would, because if they are really that much dumber, then do you think writing something down would really help them out?
True. Yeah, they left laid out instructions where all the traps are, but I can't read.
Well, that would explain why there's so many carcasses around.
That's true.
I'm just saying. Okay, on we go.
Yep.
Actually,
Oh, geez. Come on, people.
what are the chances?
Oh,
60,
Also,
70?
seeing this pop up.
Well, no, she's got stress. Let's do that.
Seeing this pop up, the latest update finally fixed the trap display stuff. Like, it will properly account for the increase in difficulty in the higher level dungeons and make it display right. So now if you see a hero has over 100% chance to disarm a trap, you can be sure it's actually correct.
Right. That's true. The quote-unquote traps in this area are not actually traps.
Some kind of horrible tentacle beastie lurking in the shallows. And the pre-mission tips or something to that effect. Huh. But you can still disarm them all the same.
Right. Yeah, it is kind of weird that way.
Reminds me of very early in D&D 3rd edition, where people could say that you could disable device anything, and with the example of magic traps, then argued that any spell that did something trap-like could then be disarmed. Like, hey, if someone sets up a wall of force, you can disarm it, right? And needless to say, that was disputed.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Flython would be wary of messing with the Cove's traps. The debuff is nasty and herbs are precious. There's that. Let's see.
I would definitely consider healing.
Yeah.
her.
There we
Nice.
are.
Perfect.
That's good to see.
Yeah, and you don't have to use an herb on the trap. You can wait for them to wear off, but...
If that'll kill her. Good.
A death.
I was probably thinking you'd only disarm it if it was a trick. Yeah, like, yeah, the idea was that... The idea in the text was to have things like... for like things like alarm spells and like spells that created traps. And people were like, no, you can disarm anything, because you allowed this, then that. It's like, yeah, it's a... It doesn't
see.
necessarily follow.
And I want to use the shovel on
Shovel, right.
Into the mud.
It's something to sell.
And yeah, like Sproul was saying, if there was a trap using the trap creation, well, at least this won't hurt anything. Using the trap creation rules that would make a wall of force spring into place, then you could absolutely disarm it. We were talking about like a mage would cast it as a spell, and the rogue could just be like, nope. And
Oh.
okay, we got to take care of this. Yeah, this is
bad.
Yeah, it only has a 30% chance of triggering, but you know how this game's RNG is, so.
That's the thing. I mean, it is only a 30% chance, but it's a 30% chance on practically everything.
Sprawl, I think we might have earlier in the stream.
I know that I haven't seen it done.
Okay, then I probably haven't either. Then I don't hardly ever take a Houndmaster to the Cove because things resist the bleed. But yeah, I definitely need to do that sometime and see what it does.
Tad 1.
I showed her. And, it would be great if the Grave Robber wearing that color scheme, if she does the bark to, like, you got blood all over my best coat. It's like, how could you tell? Well, she could probably tell.
Right. Now let's go ahead and go for some stunning.
If you stun number 2, you'd lose his turn. Because he hadn't acted yet.
I was hoping the leper would move first.
Python is surprised we don't have double stun on the Plague Doctor. It's so good.
Double stun?
Yeah.
Oh, you like 2 stun trinkets?
Yeah, no, paralyzed gas. It's the stun on back 2.
Ah.
I tend to prefer disorienting gas because it does it can stun somebody a little bit closer, and it has that shuffle effect and removes corpses. I find that to be a little more useful than stunning one additional enemy. Lark said they never remembered he's a dog bone. Normally, you want them to use it for something else. Hey!
See, I'm waiting for this to clear so I can see what I've got. But I was also trying to think of a explanation for another time when we remembered more often, and I can't. So. Okay.
I think they also made escape or space or something a quick key to grab all, to take all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Clearing out corpses is great when I have a leper in the group, especially since he doesn't have purge.
Right. Yeah, a purge is such a bad move. If it was like if it was any rank and remove corpses, it'd be a lot more useful. But yeah, exactly. You know, one move to eliminate all the corpses, very very handy.
Then let's go ahead and try to. There we are. It's good to have the RNG working on my side.
Yeah, the Grave Robber's unique item is a plus 3% critical on top of a couple other things. And it doubles the food consumption, which makes me about it. But now the Python does point out that stunning the stress casters 2 at a time is really great. Yeah, you can have teams that are a 2 fish shaman or a fish and a witch, and they'll always be in the back 2 ranks, so you can just stun both of them.
There we are.
And then in veteran, you can have one of the madmen along with a drink the holy water. The only thing you can use it for is to purify the fish statue, and if there's one left, it'll be too late now anyway. So,
okay,
yeah.
So we open up the chest.
There we go.
And there's one more room.
And one more counter.
We can do it. Oh, hi.
Yeah,
I was honestly expecting her to just start gnawing on it.
Yeah, throwing the anti-venom would work too. Next time we have to get rid of, we'll get rid of that.
Right.
A handsome reward
For
a task well performed.
And then...
Junk the anti-venom.
Yeah.
We may actually walk out of this with some citrine.
We'll see.
We'll see. There's still another curio and a fight left.
Oh, looks like we might just. I'm shocked. All right. Throw venoms. Yes, Python is exactly right with that.
Oh, there was a thought. Burn out the torch and yeah. Does that work on curios? I thought that only worked on the rewards from enemies. If so, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so he's done.
But I've done a couple. I would say probably every 3 runs I do in my game, not counting champion. I am not bold enough to do a dark champion run, but I'd say every 3 or 4 runs I do in my offline game, I do it with no torches, and curious too. Okay, good to know. But yeah, as I was saying, is that I've probably done like every 3 or 4 times I play, I do a no torch run now, and I haven't noticed that much of a difference in drops. So it's again, just not sure how the loot works.
There we are. Yeah, I just didn't want to run the risk of getting brined.
Right.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, grave robbers crit so often. It's great.
Alright, and then chop it, and down it goes. Alright. Yep, we're walking out citrines.
Citrines and jade.
I'm shocked. Alright, quest complete.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish.
I don't think there is any wholesome marine life in this setting.
There is such a thing.
No torch runs are bad because any extra loot you can't carry. But you're saying that like that's a problem. Better burn out torches as needed in normal run. I can see that. And that's a good point too, because I've gotten all 5 ancestral drops from Shamblers now, so there's not much point in me risking running around with no light and risking one of them showing
worse,
up
I guess.
and getting nothing for it. So yeah, that's a good point, Sprawl. I might just start doing that. So my thought was having an extra slot to not having torches means more another space in the inventory for loot.
Mike lost 1,000 gold.
What did we have him doing?
He was spraying.
He was spraying, okay.
Donating generously. How dare he?